the defenders are just going to be looking straight at it. Anyhow, speaking of the garage wall, Jack Daddy will finish off the job. As Mindfreak head downstairs for their first defense, no mirror windows, as we remarked on earlier.
Shaq is in, it looks like.
That's nice. Nice to get a chance to see some Shaq's plays. He's a very good smoke player. Pretty insane with that SMG-11.
This is something pretty common we see, isn't it? Defense hold in bathroom with a mute.
Yeah, that's right. Strangely though, there's no opening on that hatch, so no potential for a rotate downstairs, which is what we would most commonly see.
Right, so no thermite for Fury here, but they've got the Hibana instead.
Yeah, I mean, it's one piece of the puzzle. I really feel like, you know, Nomad and Gridlock and no thermite, that's got to be an oversight. Why do you have 2 flank watches when you don't have nearly as much hard breach? It's just a huge risk to be taking, especially in this situation where Mindfreak haven't actually opened up that main hatch. You know, that'll be a Hibana pellet to open that up. You know, you're leaving only 2 for the garage. You really need minimum 3 on the garage if you don't have a thermite.
Warden was ready for that, or maybe he got lucky, but either way, Cutie. He's surely heard that.
Oh no, what a shot from Cutie. That's the first player down on the ground from Fury. In this case, Warden, one of their top fraggers, as we'd mentioned earlier.
How does Warden lose that? That's what I want to know. He should be winning that 99% of the time, I feel.
Ironic, really, that Nomad may well have placed some of his charges down, but could not prevent the flank onto himself.
They've got Cutie trapped, however, this time.
Surely this is a free kill. Shade's got plenty of ammo. He should win this fight. It's a good gun for it too, and indeed he does remove Cutie's head, placing some of these gridlock charges on the flanks positions. With that Nomad gone, it's all up to him. Yeah,
you spoke about them doing similar jobs, like, you know, Fury are doubling down on that one.
Yeah, but unfortunately for them, they only really have half of it. And in my view, you know, on this map, there are so many places where you'd much rather have a Nomad charge than track stingers.
Yeah, I really feel like the Nomad charges are more, the air jabs are more powerful overall, aren't they?
Yeah, that said, you know, we know that there is a lot of value in the gridlock. You know, we've got the that shoddy sidearm can open up a lot of the floor, as we often see in this piano room. Also opening up those hatches is nice and easy. Great smoke grenades as well to help with the plant, and a lovely primary weapon as well.
Yeah, it's the 2-for-1 special of a budget buck and budget Nomad.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, Fury just haven't paid all their bills yet, but 30 seconds to go. Potential for a kill here from Spruce, but he's taken a huge amount of damage. There's 30 left now on the clock as Spruce looks to peek in from the locker's hallway. This will be a full-on back push. Very difficult feat to accomplish, and his gridlock charges now helping out as well. Surely this will be the last few seconds as the players file in.
Oh, how did Style get all the way up those stairs with those track stingers? Jack Daddy prone on the ground as he's going to find one. Golden finds one to make that, but he's only got 5 seconds, has to go for the plant. Surely the time's just going to run out before anyone peeks this. Oh, he's going to try planting.
This isn't going to work, surely. Getting pretty close.
Why are they going so slow?
Mindfreak are playing so passively. Finally, Kings does get it. Slow and steady, but he does win the race. Golden goes down. A valiant effort from the newest addition to Fury, but no cigar.
The time is on 0, and they're ADS walking into the bomb site.
You need to be sprinting at that point. The only explanation I have for why you would rather, you know, play it slow is if you think that he's about to finish the plant. And
they know he wasn't.
I guess so.
Like, they saw him peak wide at like 6 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, there you have it. It's the first defensive win. Mindfreak take it. For me, the real question mark over that round was Fury's inability to place any Hibana pellets on the main garage, which would have definitely assisted and eliminated some of those key positions, you know, preventing the play near White Van or just out in the open in garage.
It seems like, you know, they had a simple idea and they didn't really want to expand upon it much at all. They took top floor, worked their way down and pushed back.
Yeah, and by the time they did jump in through the kitchen and through that red hallway, time was not on their side.
It was a bit more nuanced than that. Like, we saw some people in piano trying to shoot down from above, but that was really unsuccessful.
Yeah, really the story of the early round was just A free kill onto Warden from Mindfreak, and then the eventual reflag much, much later.
Free kill though, was it? Like, I don't know, it's more of...
It should have been a free kill, but the Valkyrie stayed upstairs instead of defaulting back safely. I guess it was the C4 was expended to no end.
Yeah, I feel like it was a lucky kill on Warden more than anything.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, nothing against Warden. Didn't cost Mindfreak much to get that kill, except that they overextended afterwards and lost. Now it's top floor defense though, and pretty staple operator lineup. Some good information denial in the mute from Jack Dad for the second round in a row. Looks like it's the admin take again for Fury, however. Same operator lineup as well. Perhaps this is what they intended for this top floor in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, right? Like, but surely they should have known that it was going to be Garage after the rehost anyway. But yeah, I was thinking they don't have a thermite because they were expecting top floor.
Yeah, well, they would have been locked into their operator picks after the rehost, so... Yeah, no thermite, as you mentioned.
Oh, has Warden droned out fully? See how close that silhouette is.
Cutie is in a great position to potentially find a cheeky kill for the second round in a row. This time playing the Jaeger's not losing much if he dies in this scenario, other than a man down. He hears that Nomad charge being deployed, decides better of the situation, and defaults back to the top floor.
Yeah, and look, no one was really contesting Fury getting into admin over there, so you know, they've gained themselves some of that map control.
Jack Daddy playing very sneakily in the meeting room. It's a difficult position to hold. So many angles to worry about, especially if that rappel comes out, as it does on those double windows. Kings also assisting from long desk.
Ooh.
Fantastic shot with the Alder. Golden goes down, won't be wreaking nearly as much havoc this round, but Kings is under fire as well. So he defaults back and joins Itby's style in the bathroom.
Yeah, smoke grenades starting to go off, but there's still a minute 20 in this round. Can't be wasting them too early, of course. Looks like they've suddenly slowed down here, Fury, after the loss of Golden.
I think Warden's concerned about some vertical potential from downstairs. A player to C4 or shoot holes in the floor to deny the plan if Fury eventually do collapse into meeting. But they should really be more worried about... Oh, there you go. Speaking of C4, that's one just nicely thrown outside onto the balcony. And now the diffuser is locked on that balcony for the remainder of the round if no one can can pick it up.
Yeah, well, Warden does trade him on back from behind the desk. I was thinking that Warden was thinking he dropped it through the hatch. There's Cutie to find Spruce, sending him to the grave. So, just Rock and Warden. Just Warden now as Shaq will find Rock as he's trying to enter into the bomb site. Warden can't quite see behind the couch, but will find the kill. Switches to the pistol, but Itby style to clean things up, and that's another for Mindfreak.
Very well played for Mindfreak, just patient. There was never really a moment they were under threat. Fury rather, on their attack. They took that early nice control of admin, and I guess they repel on that position on that meeting room balcony, not able to achieve anything.
Fury were just dictating the pace the whole way.
Mindfreak, rather?
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Fury were allowing Mindfreak to dictate the whole pace.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it still bewilders me. You know, we're talking 2 flank watch operators. You know, Nomad and Gridlock don't bring a huge amount of utility other than just that flank watch, you know, in a context where you could be bringing something else.
Yeah, something else like a Jackal maybe. Flush Jack Daddy out from behind the table. Flush Cutie out much earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, even IQ to search for any Valkyrie cameras that are being placed around. I don't know, Buck for vertical potential to try and put pressure onto the player.
They've got Buck this time instead of the shades on that one.
I don't feel like this is a general adaptation though. I feel like this is, okay, we're playing meeting, I need the Buck. Sorry, we're playing a lobby attack, so we need the Buck.
We'll find out next round, that's for sure.
Right, you are. 2 cogs for this round. Itby style flexing onto the dock. Operator, he loves so very much. I haven't really seen him stand up yet for Mindfreak. Not really for a lack of trying, but just for a lack of the need for it.
Yeah, lack of need, isn't it? It's Fury not really like making Mindfreak really sweat. It's you know, Mindfreak are... Okay, not winning rounds by accident, but they're not really having to do much to win the rounds. It's Fury who are losing them.
It's simple stuff, really, for Mindfreak. A little bit of pressure here, a little bit of simple positions here and there. Fury perhaps in their own heads a little bit.
To be fair, they only had Rock join the roster recently, and Golden is playing as one of their core players has been dropped back to sub as well. So,
I mean, that's the thing. When you make so many changes so rapidly, a team really can lose that self-assurance. And you miss out on some of these things that you think would be simple, you know, just a little bit of communication, talk about the push. It just doesn't work out quite the same way as you might want.
Nice shot onto Spruce there by Style. Yes, he was so feared, but no problem when you're just aiming at a window.
Another good start for Mindfreak. Not looking too great for Fury at the moment. His top floor control taken, but on the next step, Shaq got away with his life. It's got nice and snug inside a meeting at the moment. Just a minute, a little bit gone down.
So, like, no one's really here in support for Warden. Like, I don't know, I feel like they should be working together just a little bit more.
We do eventually see the Jackal picked as well.
Yeah.
Operator you mentioned before. That'll help a little bit with isolating these players, but Shaq's just going to take the 1v1 in meeting. I really don't think that should have even happened.
Where's the support?
Now, where's this Hibana pellet on this wall? Where's the Thatcher that they've been bringing in up until this round to remove that? I mean,
someone playing on the window at least, like on the balcony. Well, there's Golden and Rock to find a frag each. Shaq is still alive up there, however. Oh no, he's back down. I'm sorry, he dropped the hatch.
And I think he's feeling very comfortable about it too. You know, he's just going to chill out, maybe even go downstairs. Roam below.
He does have a C4.
Good position for Mindfreak now. Mind you, Fury do have a pretty good position in terms of the numbers. 3 on 3. 50 seconds though. I'm not sure what the direction is for Fury.
Again.
He'll find that opening. It'll help out subbing in, but certainly done a good job in terms of the fragging potential. But Shaq is on an excellent flank position if this execute does force onto Piano.
How quiet is he going to be? No. That's not quiet at all, but he has found Golden with a shotgun blast right to the face. The 2-on-2 with 20 seconds to go. Fury are really going to have to go quickly here. Drops the hatch.
Oh,
C4
but this
comes
C4 could be exactly what Mindfreak needs. Now, the smokes whittle away very, very slowly. The plant attempting to go down. Don't overextend yourself, Shaq. Rock needs to get this plant down. Kings now alongside Shaq, an attempted retake. It's a difficult position for them, but
nice
a beautiful shot from Shaq will open up the round. That's a 3K for him. He gets refragged, but Kings to close it out for Mindfreak. 3 straight consecutive defense wins.
That's a big round from Shaq, isn't it? Takes the early 1v1, finds was it Golden on the flank, and then also that kill to peek on into the site. Beautifully done there from Shaq, single-handedly winning that round almost.
I mean, it shows that you can be anchoring so heavily in a very important position and then have that game sense to know exactly where you need to be next. Going downstairs, coming up on that flank, very patient, waiting and reading into the attack of the enemy. And that final shot. Yeah, well, there you go. So maybe it was a bit of an adaptation. I think. Look at that. We're seeing a full, almost revisal of these operator lineups. Thing is, they already know that Mindfreak go in a garage, they bring the Cade, and they haven't brought anything to counter it.
I really feel like on a map like Consulate with a Garage Bandit tricking with the vertical play, or even Cade tricking is just too difficult. One thing I do want to point out from last round before I forget though is I like how Jack Daddy was running iron sights and default everything on the alibi.
Oh yeah, it's a good strategy, isn't it?
Yeah, and the iron sights aren't that bad.
They're pretty terrible.
They're not that bad.
I don't know.
But you know why he was doing it. Because you can tell the difference between alibis.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that was it?
I think that's the only reason I can think of.
No way.
Well, what's the reason why he's doing it then?
Because he doesn't often play alibi and he forgot to set up the loadout?
Writing it down to ask.
Good, please do. Who knows, maybe I'll be wrong this time. Anyhow, as for this downstairs defense, you can see Fury weren't bringing very much hard breach last time, and now I guess we still only have that one, and you see how much Mindfreak are reinforcing all of those extra hatches on the east side of the map. Very much wise, especially seeing as Fury, look at how much soft breach we're looking at. You know, Jackal, Buck, Zafia, and still no gadget denial. If they want to remove the KU charges from that main wall. They'll have to take control of Piano, open up the entire floor, and then spend a whole bunch of time looking for that tiny little Electroclaw.
It's not like it. If you want to use one to shock between two walls, there's only so many spots it can be.
Yeah, I still just reckon, save yourself some time, save yourself the headache. Bring a Thatcher like you were previously. Do you really need three soft breaches?
Yeah, okay, I agree with you. Thatcher would be a lot better than, I don't know,
Or
Zofia
Thatcher or Hibana would be good in my books right now. Don't know if we need all three. Anyhow, still this top floor clear. 50 seconds down, and finally Fury get in the building. Well, I guess we do have a couple others up here as well.
Yeah.
It's a nice clear. Looks like middle floor is the name of the game at the moment. Oh no,
Timing.
Cutie!
And he gets away!
I can't believe that. That's purely ironic right there. Second time Warden's been punished by Cutie while trying to just deploy some Nomad charges. Very unfortunate, but...
It seems like they're droning, but they're not droning far enough here, Fury.
Yeah. You have to have the mentality that at any moment someone could be peeking from this doorway. If you don't have any information that they're not peeking, then you have to assume that they are peeking. Fortunately, not working out for Fury so far. Anyhow, Golden is dealing with this window. Sorry, garage wall, and Electroclaw's removed. He will place that thermite charge. Nice click at the switch, and it opens up.
Very nicely. He's turned it into his own window of opportunity into the bomb site. Shade. That was pretty close. Oh, but they've got so much info here.
Yeah, that's such a visible camera as well. Cleverly placed just above the light shade, but still should be fairly visible. Cutie in a great position. He's aware of that Nomad charge. He could probably hear it as well, but with all the information being gathered by his cameras, he can safely peek just as is necessary.
And look, he's just defaulted back to site once again. Shade is, however, going to trade out Kings. It's the mute off the board, so that's one of those C4s if it hasn't already been used. But Fury just have to get into the bomb site now. 30 seconds. They're going to have to be going for an execute. There's still a smoke up on the board. That's another nice kill for Shade through the floor. And here come those gas babes, Dev. This is going to be a very hard window for them to get through.
3 versus 3, 20 seconds. As you mentioned, those gas babes doing some serious work. We've seen Shaq. The SMG-11 can deal some serious damage as well, but here are the smokes from Rock. A plant likely to be forced out.
Nice.
Golden in a great position covering the rotate hole, but what a perfectly placed Maestro device. No one's going to cover it. Rock likely to not get this plant down. That could save the round, and it does. A perfect play from Mindfreak, and there's 4 straight defenses.
Okay.
I love that. Have you seen those Maestro devices before? Every time I'm playing Consulate, in my pitiful ranked matches, I always play Maestro on and you chuck them underneath the car or just next to the car. They're very difficult to see, kind of difficult to take out, and the attackers always forget about it in the dying moments of the round.
Yeah, well, it was one of those situations where I think the diffuser was dropped and they tried to go for the kill on the Maestro, even though the Evil Eye had overheated. Like, there was an opportunity there. Of course, it would have had to be very quick for him to pick it up and start planting again. But was it Golden who was the thermite right next to him? And it was just in one of those positions where we saw Golden was looking for it, but he just couldn't really see it unless he went prone. He would be able to see it, I suppose.
That's exactly right. It's why it's such a powerful position for a Maestro turret. That laser beam does equal damage no matter where on the body it hits. So even if you can see just a tiny foot of a player underneath the car, the Maestro device does equal damage. But for a player to try and take out that Maestro device, even while it's open and vulnerable, you have to get into a very awkward position. It's not easy.
Yeah, and of course the Evil Eye highlights your opponent for you as well.
Makes it nice and easy as well. Anyhow, as for this round, we'll see once again the double flank watch utility, Nomad and Gridlock. Shade, as we noticed in the pick phase, 6 pick from Gridlock to Gridlock. I know people often make jokes about that, but to me, that's just hinting at Fury being a little bit unsure. Shade saying, look, I'm going to 6-pick guys. What do we want? What do we want? Let's bring something else. Let's try something different. And then at the end of the day, they couldn't think of what they needed.
Yeah, there goes the first tracks. I don't know, like we saw them used in, I think it was the second round, where they'd covered up the yellow stairs or exit stairs, and you know they were expecting no one to be at the top of there. But then Spruce got absolutely caught off guard by someone sitting on top of the track stingers. Like it's not like they were working well enough for the purpose, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It'd be difficult to successfully make those track stingers work, but at the very least, as we mentioned before, is a well-rounded kit for Gridlock.
It's more of like it's very easy to counter in the fact that you just shoot one of them or like shoot a path through and you can get into some pretty tricky positions from that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it doesn't take much to just take out one or two, elements of the track stingers, and you've got your nice little pathway. Anyhow, moving on. Top floor, once again, Fury take control of admin, start to push on from here, but we haven't yet seen any attempted opening of this A wall. Last time they very much struggled to take out the player hiding behind the meeting room desk. Jack Daddy in this case. Great spot now. Just needs to stick around with his life for as long as possible. No grenades from Fury, but Rock does find the opening kill. It's the Maestro. We've seen how impactful that can be. In this case, he's the first to fall. Won't be able to utilize those laser cameras in the late moments of the round.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be some pressure put on to Jack Daddy. At least he's feeling the heat, that's for sure.
Oh,
so
come
close.
on. So close, Shade. You really think he could manage this? Jack Daddy. Oh, look at that. The track stingers as well. It's just a stressful situation for the Smoke. Not even sure he has time to reload the SMG-11, but he's doing so much. He doesn't have any gas babes in lieu of not being the Smoke, so we can't deny that push in, but he's still alive, and his very presence is helping out his team. Cutie there finds the kill onto Rock. The Jackal first kill for the Mindfreak side, but Shaq starts doing some more work for them as well. 30 seconds.
Yeah, and look how disjointed Fury are. They're all separate, all solo, as Jack Daddy Cutie's going to find the kill as well. Golden's going to find one in the 1v4, but, you know, this is where we've seen him in, what, twice before? There's only so much he can do.
12 seconds to go. About to walk into this nice, neat little crossfire. Doesn't have the diffuser, can't even vault on through. Cutie will finish that off. Mindfreak, incredibly dominant here on Consulate.
Yeah, Fury just looking quite lost, to be honest. Like, they're not exactly sure what they want to do. Synergy's not there at all. It's more of a bunch of solo plays, isn't it? Everyone dying solo and no trade.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just dislodge some of these key positions is really the key. And they got so close to finishing off Jack that I don't think they realized that. You know, a nice little grenade, waste those ADSs through. No, the ADSs were wasted because they threw the... Wait, does a Gridlock get caught by ADSs? That's a great question.
I'm pretty sure it does.
It's pretty large, though. I don't know.
I don't like playing Gridlock, so...
Yeah, I must admit, Gridlock is one of my less played operators. But hey, you know, throw in a grenade. If there are ADSs, you can waste them. You bring a Thatch, you don't really have to worry too much
Even
about
if you
that.
put your Zofia around onto that balcony, you can blast open some massive holes in that table, on the sideways turntable.
You should win that fight, really. In theory. Also, you can open up a little bit of the wall above that reinforcement of long desk and then throw grenades over.
Could go below.
Maybe the key element here is that Fury are used to using that Capitao, because that'd be such an easy way to deal with that position. Mindfreak banned it out. It seems to me a direct interaction. It's allowing Mindfreak to gain some traction.
The Gridlock is the Capitao substitute then?
Maybe. I think you might be right. It makes sense.
But it's nowhere near as effective as Capitao is.
Well, we saw how they tried to use it just like a Capitao. They threw a Trax right into, who was it? Shade.
Yes.
Sorry, no, it was Jack Dad.
Well, Shade threw it, yeah.
That's right. Sorry. There's SHA on both sides. It confuses me. Here we have anyhow. Shaq in that same position. Seen him do a lot of work. It's lobby again. This was a very good round for Shade last time. He's also opening up some extra holes for defenders downstairs to support him in this position.
One of the things we're seeing from this Fury squad is that because they are all playing solo, not really droning for each other, etc. Look at this, Shade's just droning for himself. Is that their movement is so cumbersome, and we're seeing some flanks come out that Fury are not ready for, and you know, they'll gather some information, and when they go to move off it, it's completely irrelevant.
Yeah, you have to be really prompt with your pushes on those information.
Oh,
This could work out. He may well find
No!
2 kills, but doesn't even get the first one. Ippy Style took a calculated risk, but doesn't show up in this match. That
He's
said,
still running no sight.
yeah, look, I think you're right. I think Jack Dad is just playing a 300 IQ, trying to immerse himself and be the alibi that everyone wants him to be.
Oh!
Another attempt to jump out. Rock gets his second pretty much free kill.
2 of the easiest kills of his life, that's for sure.
Big question mark at the moment for Mindfreak. They were about to stare down a perfect half and believe it's their own doing. It was looking like it's not possible anymore.
Shaq's on for a flank. Are they ready for him? Oh, he's seen the arm. He's shot. He's going to get it down, and he's going to survive. No immediate trade back at all there.
Still has that C4 as well to work with. Kings, not sure where that Nomad was placed, but doesn't have too much of an impact for Kings. Just some patience on the attacking side right now. Still a minute to work with.
If he takes this angle, is he dead?
I don't think this is a good choice at all. He knows that the enemy is holding it.
That was close.
Mindfreak at a numbers disadvantage. They can't be taking too many risks for a low reward.
Yeah, there's an air jab near Jack Daddy as well, so that's something he's going to have to be mindful of. Not really much pressure coming from above. Like, I don't know if they've used their Zofia lifeline charges yet.
Still Shaq being a nuisance here on Visa Stairs. The C4 go out. That'll get the kill, right? Yeah, you have it. Spruce is gone. 2 kills for Shaq in the round. Once again, stepping up here on the lobby defense. Looks to be a desperate execute into the lobby, but it's working out pretty well. That's a good push down, and Jack Daddy sprays 2. 30 rounds in the mag, and it works out perfectly. Golden, oh no, he doesn't know which one's real. Misses the first few shots, and once again, a failed clutch scenario. Fruitless for poor Golden, and Mindfreak take a flawless half.
I want to say, though, that Golden's look like probably the best player for Fury so far.
That's right. I mean, you get him in a pinch, and he'll find 1 kill, maybe 2 kills.
Yeah.
But overall, the thing that's lacking for me, it's not individual plays. Fury just don't have direction.
Yeah.
It's not like they're being bested individually. It's that they're not confronting situations and addressing it with utility and as a team.
Are we going to see another 7-0 on Consular for Fury?
Another black strike in the book. It's entirely possible. Mindfreak looking to make the dream true. Fury really just surely feeling dejected at this time. I think it's fair to say a lot of these players on Fury, no offense, are some emotional players. And, you know, I don't want to see that affect them going into this second half. You know, I can't remember who I was reading a quote from the other day, but it was, you know, if you're down 0-6, that needs to be 0-0 in your brain, because you need to reset. You need to think, no, okay, we're just going to win this round, and then we'll work out what's happening after that. Fury really need to ensure that that's their state of mind.
Yeah, you just got to take it 1 round at a time, 1 frag at a time. You know, one of the things, you know, when I played competitively, one of the things my IGL said, like, if you're having trouble in a game, like, you want to unbind the scoreboard key.
Yeah. So
you stop looking at it and stop judging yourself individually. You want to play, you know, as the team and play for the team, not for your own stats or for your own, you know, kill montages.
Yeah. The only stat that matters is the one right under your team name. That's the score.
And it matters that it's higher
than the enemies, yes. That's all that matters. I don't know, it sounded better in my head, all right. Mindfreak looking onto the attack now. Look at how close they are to each other. Is that Cutie going to be opening up beneath the main desk? No? Okay, he gets straight into piano.
There was Valkyrie near him, yes, and Shade's going to find him as well. That drone work, pretty sloppy there from Mindfreak.
Risk was taken and didn't work out. Jack Daddy attempting to counter the mirror now with the Twitch drone. Fortunately for Mindfreak, the buck being taken out means it'll be more difficult to eliminate the mirror windows, and Twitch drone's really the last chance to get rid of those. No smoke grenades on the roster either to effectively discount the mirrors.
Oh, can King see a foot? Oh, it's very close. Just trying to find that in-between crouch and standing angle.
a difficult angle. I'm not sure he'll be able to make it work. He knows there's a player there, though. He wants it badly.
Surely that's the kind of position where you want someone with a grenade to just kind of, you know, roll one down right underneath their feet.
Exactly right.
Still got Shade on the roam here. Style might be just about to come up against him.
There
yes,
you go.
he does. Style wins it out.
It's a good salvage for Mindfreak, and what I don't understand is how is this yellow stairs control? You know, yellow stairs, the meta is to defenders to hold on for dear life in this position, and Ippy Style allowed to very simply get up. I guess the mirror setup is a part of that, but
yeah,
it's a bit of a risk, I think, and I don't know if it's going to work out.
Whoops.
All right, nice flash. Yeah, see, look at that. That entire strat countered by simply walking up yellow stairs and then opening up this hole with the mirror, with the Hibana.
Well, they've got a very similar to Castle Barricade to what we saw Power Plays rocking yesterday. That's old school, that castle.
Yeah, it is. Denying a lot of those angles to long desk, allowing you to play more aggressively. However, still this position of this Hibana can do a lot of damage. Shaq does have 1 round left, and he should be able to open it up something meaningful.
Warden found Jack Daddy, I believe that was on the rappel.
Starting to like this strategy more now that I see it. Kings, though, will find that opening. If he's still in such a precarious position, and Gold takes him out. That's a double. Oh! Almost the triple. Spruce finishes it off, and no 7-0 for Fury. They take 1 round.
Well, I'm happy for them. Golden once again being the player to step up. Like, yes, both players weren't looking at him, but he's the one that's finding these kills, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it was a. I don't know. It's funny. Like, sometimes, do you think that, you know, when a player comes onto a new roster and they perform really well, can you immediately say that they are a good pickup? Because I think it can be a lot more complicated than that. You know, sometimes a new player jumping onto a new roster, no, they're not necessarily playing with the team. And I'm not saying anything about it in this particular case, but just, you know, like, it's it doesn't always mean immediately that that it's going to be, I don't know where I'm going with this.
long-term good.
Yeah, like, you know, short-term good and long-term good are different things, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so short-term good, yes.
Yeah.
Long-term good remains to be seen.
You know, if this player is the only one making an impact on the team, why is that? Is it because the rest of the team has to support that one player to make it happen?
Yeah.
And that's not a sustainable mentality, is it?
Well, one of the things, right, when you're playing with, you know, some substitutes or whatever, is your IGL has to spend a lot more time babysitting that individual player. And that could, you know, stuff that, you know, I'm sure the Mindfreak boys, you know, just do naturally without thinking about it, has to be communicated now.
That's exactly right. You can clutter up the comms. That said, you know, we saw Mindfreak do very well on the defense. Mind you, we did mention a lot of that came down to some mistakes from Fury, but who knows. These defenses seem to be prospering far more than the attacks, as is, you know, trending in Rainbow Six at the moment.
I wonder what Rock's looking for. Is he expecting a drone to be up there, perhaps?
Looking for some cheeky drones to steal away.
Is this a back push we're seeing from Mindfreak? Going to drop all the way in the server?
I like it. 3 players, all moving together. It's cute. I love it.
Some tactical room clearing.
Yeah, and they're very slowly taking this. Oh, unfortunately a missed shot. Gives Rock the information that he needs, as well as forcing Kings to play a little bit more patiently.
Interesting to note that Fury's second choice is console, and Shade will find Shaq, saving Rock's life. With a bit of a tease there. Am I going to pick you up or not? But yeah, sorry, console office, it goes console office, then lobby.
Yeah, that's right. But maybe they don't realize this is not the site. Do you think that's the case?
Yo, I honestly thought it was Garage myself. That was very close by Kings.
I mean, they look like they're about to execute onto Kitchen when Kitchen isn't the bomb site.
They're going to be in for a bit of a shock, aren't they?
Oh, but they may well find 2 players on the roam. In fact, what a 180 flick from Jack Dad. Shade also doing a lot of damage, does find those 2 kills. Still, Mindfreak in tatters. 2 players left. Jack Daddy on a sliver of HP. That's a FAMAS in hand, though. Itby Style salvaging the round somewhat, but you know, Shade still on his rampage downstairs. Just Itby Style left. 3 more to go.
It's been a huge round from Shade. 3 in the bag so far. Can he find the 4th in the final in Itby Style? They've left Diffuser unattended in the lock as always, so that will be picked on up. And it looks like Itby Style doesn't want anything to do with Shade. I'm just going to walk away from him, he reckons.
Slow walking upstairs. Likely to trigger that audio cue. There's a Leisure Mine there as well. Walks straight on into that.
Oof.
Easy one for Golden to clean up. There you have it. Fury making a comeback here on the defense.
At what point do we get on the comeback train, Dev?
I don't know. Is it maybe 3 rounds? Do you reckon?
3 rounds?
I reckon 3 rounds.
6-0 followed by 6-0.
It's entirely possible. Something we've seen before. Mindfreak have guaranteed themselves 1 point out of this, but Fury, they demonstrated last season that you sometimes have to claw tooth and nail to escape relegation. Fury just did evade that relegation spot in 6th place. Had 5 draws last season. I'm sure they'd be happy to claim one here in this situation. Much better than a loss.
Yeah, well, now we're going to Garage. Got a Bandit, but no K just yet. No 6th pick at all. See the Dokkaebi come out.
All right, yeah, I guess we're likely to see then the Bandit trick on the main wall. Difficult one to pull off, especially if you have some substantial soft breach on the attacking side, which we in fact do.
Yeah, definitely need to keep control of Piano to deny any kind of Bandit trick. And oh look, they've got a Twitch drone right out front. That's the perfect spawn there for Jack Daddy.
Well, he's going to get inside safely as well. He might be able to just keep his drone here for as long as possible. Destroy any of the Maestro turrets if they're placed down.
That would be #1 priority for him for sure.
We saw how effective these Maestro turrets can be placed in the garage. Jack Daddy needs to keep his drone alive and not spotted until Spruce places them down. And if he does that and he waits patiently, he might get 2 for free. All right, here's the first one. Jack Daddy, don't take it out straight away. You need to be patient so that you can get both of them once Spruce leaves. You'll hear the second one placed down. Now straight away, he'll likely get back on it and take these out 1 by 1. This is a perfect position.
He wants
with
to.
a 180 flick. This is going to be perfect. Okay, he's been spotted though. Oh, he gets 1. Look, that's something good.
That's a bargain. Bargain in terms of amount of utility expended.
Absolutely, and the second one is still going to be quite easy to take out, even potentially from the floor above. You know, you've got the grenades, even a Thatcher device.
You know, I spoke about them having to keep control of Piano, and look what they've got. They've got like a full mirror and everything in the bathroom setup. So they're going to hold on to that nice and tightly.
It'll be a difficult case for Mindfreak to take it. That said, a lot of utility utilized. None of this flank watch utility, no Gridlock or Nomad, of which Fury was so fond of, and that'll allow Warden the opportunity to start making his way upstairs. 1 minute, and really what has been taken by Mindfreak?
Yeah, they've not really done a lot of much. I think they're not quite sure what to do with this whole setup downstairs.
They don't have an Ash or Sophia to cleanly take care of that main wall. Rock is in a great position here in the bathroom. He does get downstairs. Wow, is that a full default? I think that due to the fact that the Roam is still alive upstairs, Fury have decided to look at safer to just keep Rock alive. And they head on downstairs. Warden on the top floor, though, he's just going to play patiently. The longer he waits, the more effective his flank will be.
You can feel his stocks rising here. Upward trend for sure. King's going to hold down a flank.
Where are the drones? Mindfreak just need to check out the bathroom, see it's clear, and then file on in. Cutie is the first one to do so.
I think it was the mute jammers that was denying them.
Sometimes you even need to use a Thatcher then, if that's needed. Warden doesn't have these hatches open, so his rotations will be limited. Hopefully we'll see. Oh, there you go. The first kill. That's Warden. Takes down Kings. Also a flank from Shade. And he secures that 1 kill. And the Jack Daddy did some good work at the start of the round. However, we do have another kill for the attacking side. 3 versus 4 for Mindfreak as they start to make their way onto this execute.
Look at, you know, Mindfreak's reactions here. I don't think they're quite aware the positions all these players are in. Shade. Very nice shot there. Oh, and Ippy Style just a fraction too slow to capitalise on the information of his position called out, but that's a nice shot. Oh, can he get another? But no, Shade, that's his, second triple kill this game so far?
Would have been so important, and there you go.
4.
4K for Shade. I think we're on the comeback train, Monkey.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo Fury.
Rip to boot.
Choo-choo rip to boot.
But yes, I think Shade is now the player stepping up. Like Golden who?
Yeah, excellent performance from Shade on the Bandit, and really it was just gunfights. And especially that last one. I hadn't expected to see it quite that way. You know, that last... I didn't think that... who was it on the Dokkaebi? Was it Kings, right?
Last round Style.
So he had such a great position. Flanks in, kills the Maestro, really had the opportunity to get that Bandit too. And I think that, let's say Shade loses that gunfight to Style, that's game, I reckon. Mindfreak take the win.
Yeah, like it really feels like when Fury, like the slightest thing goes wrong, that's when they lose a round off it. Like they may be in a good position and, you know, they lose 1 or 2 players they weren't really prepared to lose, and it's Mindfreak winning the round. That being said, sorry, you go.
I was going to say, well, I think that's what we were saying in the before the match started. You know, if Fury are going to win, it's because they're winning some of these gunfights that they shouldn't be. If they're going to lose, it's because, for Mindfreak, everything's going according to plan. If Fury are expecting that they can break the rules and win gunfights that shouldn't go their way. And in the defense, it's working great. They lost 6 rounds on attack. They clawed back and won half that on the defense.
Mindfreak do actually look kind of lost. Like we saw in that pick phase just then, Fury like, yep, this is the operators we're taking, whereas Mindfreak was still a bunch of question marks.
Yeah, the attacking side, it's so clear when a team is struggling for direction. And on the defense, you can always play adaptive, but on the attacking side, you need to take so much initiative, and it's something that teams struggle with everywhere.
Well, drones coming on now. I think Mindfreak might need to spend a bit more time on their dry runs in attacks. Like
I've got to say that for both of these teams.
Yes, 100% agree. Oh, Shade. That could have been quite successful if it had landed. I think he threw a C4 over that little wall part.
I got the spot.
Yeah.
Trying to manage a kill of anyone sitting outside yellow stairs. But Mindfreak Twig, 45 seconds down. They're looking to start ramping up the pressure up here on the top floor. Still, of course, these mirror windows did some good work for Fury previously. This time it's that vertical play. Wow, great job. We're on the rappel. And as soon as that mirror window's popped, it's a death trap for anyone inside connector or even inside meeting room. And that's what leads to Rock's fate.
Well, Mindfreak have started this round off very nicely. Do you reckon that'll be an adaptation off of the previous setup Fury had from Mindfreak?
Yeah, for sure. I think they wanted to get that vertical play going last time, and works in this case. King's getting aggressive inside.
He's also running the Fnatic skin, by the way.
He never played on Fnatic,
yeah,
technically.
But he's an ex-player from that team.
Yeah. Always Fnatic. Once Fnatic, always Fnatic. The Sledge is also a great pick to counter these castle barricades. So, you know, Mindfreak are making some good adaptations, as you mentioned, to the Fury setup. Already perfectly countering 2 cornerstones of their setup. Now it's just 3 players left to find. Mind you, Shade still on his rampage. Not sure it'll be enough.
Yeah, especially now that Fury are fighting from behind. They are at a man deficit here. Warden and Rock already fallen to Ippy Style, and Shaq's going to be starting the plant. Are they even aware of this here, Fury?
Oh, no! You can't allow that to happen. Golden and Shade, the last 2 remaining, and Shade down below, but he doesn't have a great position. And he's taken out. Just Golden left. You mentioned how good he's been so far, and it's match point. He's staring down. A frag grenade will surely end his dreams. He gets out just barely alive, but this plant surely is his death warrant. A player watching him from spiral stairs. He doesn't get in position in time, and Kings will finish him off. That's Mindfreak to take the win 6-3. 7-3, rather. You know, same difference, right?
Yes, close enough. But Fury, you know, avoided being embarrassed there, didn't they? They were 6-0 down. Could have been another 7-0. But no, they managed to pull together 3 rounds. You know, it was a 3K and a 4K from Shade in 2 of those, so he really stepped up at the end there, didn't he? Look at that, 13 kills, Golden on 10.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, if we looked at the scoreboard right now without that left pane that says the final score, you'd be thinking